Hey, welcome back, everyone. So, we're getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. We're getting deeper into Metroid. Um, I gotta tell you, it's fascinating, like, that I even made it this far. Of course, I still have, few more keys to collect, before I get to like the really good stuff. But the fascinating part, as I said previously, about Metroid to me is thinking and trying to figure things out, trying to. It's good for your brain to just solve the problems, and that's really what fascinates me. The story's not that bad. I don't know why people are like. I don't understand the hate for this game. You know, I just don't. Maybe this is too loud. Is it too loud? Let's bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. Hey, how about that? Yeah. Um, I just feel that this game, it's getting all of this negativity, and for what reason I don't know. Like people say that, oh, she's not alone in this game. Dude, people who say that she's not alone in this game, I'm talking about Samus. Like, have you even for real? Have you literally? Have you even played the game? Like, honestly, there's so many bogus reviews out there. So many bogus grifter videos. You know what the word grifter means? Grifter means they're just doing it for the clicks and the views, right? Even though they know that what they're saying is not true, but they're going to grift to get the money go inside their bank account, because you will click. It's usually those same old videos, those faces. Oh God, no, this game is terrible. Those thumbnails. Ugh. And then you see the thumbnail and you're thinking, oh my God, this game must be really bad. No, it's not bad. So this is why I like. Listen, I'm a victim of this too. I fell. It wasn't too long ago. It was like a week ago, 7 days ago. I fell into the same trap as as everyone else. I started believing. I started believing all the stupid nonsense about this game. Is this like the greatest Metroid? Of course not. But it's been a long time. It's been almost 18 years. So the fact that we even have something like this available, people should be grateful. But anyway. Okay, so what do I do here? Well, that's the whole point. Figure that out. You need to figure this out. That's the whole idea. Figure that out. That's the whole point of the game. Yes. And read when you scan something, you gotta read. Don't just scan it, don't even pay attention. Read. Focus. Cargo gondola lift. Used for transporting cargo and research staff over the valleys below. Reinforced cables proof it against strong winds. Currently offline. So it needs some sort of electricity, right? So we need to look for the electricity, obviously. We're not going anywhere until we get the electricity going. So how do we do this? Well, let's use our, handy dandy psychic ability ball, and let's see what we can see. How far can we see? Is there anything here that we can see? Is there? Okay. Alright, and we come down here. Go back this way. There's nothing here either, so let's go back. See what we can see over here on this side. come to this side. See what we can do. Right? Hold on. Let's scan this area as well. Data terminal. It's offline. So let's look at our map. So okay, let's see where we are. All right, so where are we? So we're in a medical, hold on, let me see. We're in a medical base and we need to work our way over here to be able to go to the power station. So how do we get there? Obviously we don't want to go back. We've already been here, so we have to do something here. So there's no point of me going back. All right, so remember how I talk about like getting familiar with the map. Well, you need to remember, okay, where you've been before. So, okay, if you've been here before, well, there's nothing else for you to do here. You save the game and you're moving forward. The only way it's forward. So you need to figure out, how do I get down there to the power station? Because we need a generator to work in this facility. That's our objective. So we need to stay here and figure something out here. Okay, we need to look around carefully, examine everything carefully. Patience is the virtue, remember. And remember how I talked about on my previous video. Memorize the map. Memorize where you are. It's number one. And keep scanning. Well, double check again, scan again. Maybe you missed something. Believe me, you certainly have missed the forest for the trees. It happens all the time. People missed forest for the trees every single time. Some pay attention, but majority doesn't. Majority is not paying attention, right? And that's what this game is teaching. Well, check again. Double check. Are you sure? So, I checked the map, so guess what? I'm not going back. I'm going to stay in this area and figure out how do I come across here to go up here. And that's why you need to look at the map. Instead of going back and forth, wasting time, use the map and look at the map and see what you already have done. So, guess what I'm going to do here? I'm not going to go back. There's no point of me going back. I'm just going to collect some stuff here from these crates. We already scanned this. Obviously, it needs the power, it needs the electricity. So the only way is through here. So we need to scan everything here and figure this out. What do we do here? Right. Something with these cables, right? You see? I need to go down here. Check down here. See, I guarantee you majority of you would be just like going up and down and not even checking down below. But this is why you need to look at the map. Okay, where you are in the map. Oh, look at that. There's something down below here. Oh, so I can actually make it down below. See, when you zoom in, examine the map, what do you see? You see there's a pathway for you to jump down below and then work your way up here. Work your way up here. See? Remember when I told you? Very three important tips. Besides the obvious one. Of course, scanning, it's something you have to do all the time. So scanning, it's a must do. If you're not scanning, then you're really not playing this game right. But even before scanning, I would say, to me, I would put this as a first priority. The map. The map should be your first priority. Get familiar with the map. And then scanning. So get familiar with the map, because when you get familiar with the map, then you will remember, okay, I already scanned this area. There's nothing here. I already done everything here. Only way through, it's through going forward. So let's examine the map. Let's see what we have. Let's rotate the map, right? And then let's find a different route. And then continue scanning as you are going through the map. So I would say get familiar with the map, to me, it's number one. Because if you don't get familiar with the map, you're going to be going back and forth, wasting time. So get familiar with the map. Be very familiar. And then number two, continue scanning. Never stop scanning. So familiar with the map, scanning. And number three, when you have to fight these hard bosses, study these bosses. Yes, you're going to die many, many times. But that's a good thing, because you're going to learn trial and error. Oh, well, what's this boss doing? What are its capabilities? And what are my capabilities? And what can I do to outsmart his capabilities, etc., etc. So those are the 3 tips when it comes to, Metroid Prime. Believe me, it took me 7 days to realize this. But the more time I spend with this game, the more I learn. And hopefully when you guys are watching these videos, hopefully you will realize that too. So what do we do here? Well, we jump down here. Okay, we continue. The wind is much stronger now. Hold on, so we need to make a jump, higher jump. You guys know how to make a higher jump? You have to double tap on the trigger, on the left trigger. Here, let me show you. Wait for the wind to pass. And now. There you go. So here we go. Wait for the wind to pass. Then do it. Careful. Alright, we made it. Alright, hold on. We have to time this wind. We have to time it. Okay, once we time it, then we go. Here we go. Go. Got it. And I know it's ironic. This is coming from a guy who 7 days ago was trashing this game. And now I'm loving it. Same thing happened to me with Death Stranding, But this goes back to what I was saying on my previous videos. Understanding the game. Understand what you are playing. Research on what you are playing. What type of game is this? And why is that so important? Well, why would you want to waste time playing something that you're not familiar with? I like to know what I'm playing. I like to know what type of game this is. So I don't agree with all the negative Well, I don't want to say they're not as much negative, but they're just like, I don't understand their complaints. Listen, this game is doing good. It has a 8 out of 10 on majority of either 8, I think 8 or 9. I think 8 out of 10. I'm sorry, maybe 9 on some other gaming journalist websites. Maybe it has a 9, I don't know, but it sits 80 at a 80% Metacritic, right? Which is 80 Metacritic score, 80%, which is pretty good in my opinion. So what am I essentially trying to say? What I'm essentially trying to say is, what is their complaint? Okay, so they said they don't like the fact that the game, it's not like the original Metroid Prime. Have you looked at the original Metroid Prime? It's exactly like the original. She's by herself all the time. Yeah, there's some characters that you meet along the way, but most of the time, she's by herself. So I don't understand the complaints. Like, fine, I don't expect everybody to give this game 9 or 9.5 out of 10. 8, it's still a great score. Everybody's acting as if 8 is like a terrible score. Since when is 8 a terrible score? But what I don't understand is their argument. Why they're giving it an 8. They're giving it an 8 because it doesn't feel like the original Metal Gear. Metroid Prime. It does. I was watching Metroid Prime 1 videos. Dude, it plays and looks exactly. And she's by... What am I by myself here? Yes. Look at my videos. Look at my live streams. Most of the time, you're by yourself. You meet these characters once in a while. You talk to them and they tell you what they need you to do. And you're on your own. Even Miles Mackenzie, you only talk to him when you see him. Or when you are on a desert with a Viola motorcycle. But most of the time, like, you're not talking to him. You're by yourself. So there's a lot of... I don't know, man. Can I be honest? Now that I understand this Metroid really well, there's a lot of false information out there. Listen, you can have your opinions. No one's saying you have to like the game. There's no law that says you have to love Metroid. But some of the false statements that are being made about this game is just ridiculous. And this is exactly why you cannot listen to the noise. That's the point I'm trying to make here. This is exactly why you gotta stop listening to the noise. Yes, I do watch people's reviews just to see what people think. But it doesn't mean that I will listen to them as to what they say as if some sort of a Bible, you know. No. I mean, they're entitled to their opinions, and if they want to make up lies, they can make up lies. I don't care. But I want to find out on my own. This is why I have a new rule starting 2026. I want to try a video game for myself. Okay? I'm at the point in my life when it comes to video games, I'm not listening to anyone's opinions. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I want to still try it out myself. Now, there's certain games you just know it's going to suck. Mind's Eye was one of them. It was just so obvious. It was so abundantly clear that it's going to fail. That there's certain games like you just know. And I don't want to get into this other game that's going to be released in January 10th, 2026. The game called Code Violet, because I want to play the game. I know they failed on their previous project, but I also believe people can learn from their mistakes and they can become better, right? So we should give everyone a second chance. But having said that, based on their previous work, there's that 50% of possibility that it might fail. But still, I don't want to say anything about Code Violet until I actually play it. Yeah, even if people give it a really terrible score review, I still want to try it out for myself, because I want to see for myself. Maybe there's something in that game that I will find that I will like, and therefore I should try it myself. Alright, so what are we doing here? Alright, so we're scanning. Scanning is very important. So look at the map, where you at, right? We need to jump from here to here and make it up here. Okay, so how do we do that? How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that by scanning. All right, so remember, get familiar with the map, start scanning, and number 3, when you finally face the boss, I don't care how difficult the boss is, figure out its abilities and how you can suppress its abilities with your abilities. All right, so there's something here. Let's scan it. The anchor chain joiner connecting the wind turbine to the rock wall is damaged. A strong shock will break it. Well, we know what to do now. Oh, we already know what to do. How about we change to rockets? Let's try the rockets. There you go. See? Quick thinking. Now let's switch to the fire shot. So how do you switch between different types of weapons? You use your left Joy-Con, directional button on the right, and directional buttons on the bottom. That's it. There you go. That's simple. Okay. So what do we got to do here? We have to jump here. Remember the wind, we have to time it. So wait for the wind to pass us, and then we time it and we jump. Oh! Oh, hold on. I got this. Don't worry. I forgot to double tap. You have to press the B button and then double tap to jump much higher. Hold on. Here we go. See? Got it. Go. Oh, God. Jump. There you go. Got it. See? That wasn't that hard, was it? So hopefully when you're watching this video, and even my previous videos, hopefully you are learning. Obviously, I don't want to give you all the tips and everything, because the rewarding process is for you to figure things out. You know, I'm hoping that this will help you understand how to play this game. And once you understand that perspective on how to play the game, I think you are going to figure out things out on your own. You know. So what I'm teaching you basically here is to understand how to play this game, to think. And if you're somebody who doesn't like to think and you're just like, and that's okay. If this is not for you, if you don't want to scan, if you find this boring, hey, that's okay too. I'm not sitting here telling everyone should play this, you know, nor am I like trying to get everybody to play this. I'm simply saying, if you are interested in this game, hopefully these videos will help you out. And that's the whole point of me making those videos. People say, why don't I live stream this? As I had mentioned yesterday and the day before yesterday, I can't live stream this because it always requires me to focus and to think. And if I have to constantly focus and if I have to constantly think, then I cannot pay attention to the chat. Then I cannot, you know, look at the chat and then think about what you guys are saying, and then at the same time think about what I got to do here. So this is why I refuse to live stream this game. It's not a game that you can read the chat and then play the game. And that's why I refuse to live stream it. And that's why I'm making these videos. Alright, so what we gotta do here, just break the ice. This is simple, you know. Switch to fire shot, break the ice, and that's it. What is the fire shot? Fire shot has more of that volcanic lava fire. You know. There you go. Believe me, once you get used to these controls, once you understand which button does what and what your abilities are, once you are familiar, then it becomes much easier. Okay. So what do we see here? Okay. Think. What do you see here? What do you see? You see a cracked door. And has ice frozen at the bottom. So what do we gotta do? We gotta blow up that ice and then go through this door with the morph ball. See, now I'm thinking. I don't even have to use a scanner, but this is why you need to use a scanner for those of you who are not sure, right? But you see, right here, I already knew even without scanning it. Even without scanning it, I already knew what I have to do here. So now, obviously, for the sake of this video, because it's for educational purposes, you should always scan. Because you might have missed something. You might not have seen something. And believe me, forest for the trees happens all the time to people. It's right in front of them and they don't even see it. You know. Ice covers the damaged section of a laboratory. Heavy door. The ice can be melted using a high heat, which of course is the fire shot, which I have. So, what do we got to do? Well, simple. Blow it up with a fire shot. And then morph into a ball. And here we go. We made it. But we got some enemies over here. Now, what is this? Okay, what is this? What is this? Why is it red? It's red because it needs the power. That is your job. Your job is, we're at the power station. Our job is to get to the power station, get to the generator, and get the generator working. And once we get the generator working, then we're going to be able to use all the other equipment and machinery in this laboratory, right? And we'll be able to go through these little tunnels. Now, we cannot use these, open these tunnels because we don't have the power. How did I know that? Because I scanned it. So that's why you scan it. Conduit access hatch. Used by maintenance tanks. The red light indicates it is offline and locked. The red line indicates it is offline and locked. So what does that mean? We need to restore the power before we can go in there. I feel like I'm a developer of the game. Like I'm telling you. I feel like I'm doing one of those, 4K Blu-ray commentaries on the movies, Like I'm telling you, like, what you have to do. Hold on. What is this? This is something that you can learn about the what the aliens did here, these ancient aliens, right? You scan it. Accessing encrypted file, research diary, day 289, records data download to logbook. So you can go to logbook. Logbook, it's something that you should read because reading the Lamorne data logs will help you understand better about this alien technology. So you should certainly read about this and learn about this research facility and then who these aliens are, right? So this is pretty good for you to learn about how old this civilization is, this ancient alien civilization. And obviously I don't want to spoil too much, but they're much older than uh, dinosaurs. So that's Lamorn. Lamorn are aliens. Ancient aliens. Lamorn data logs. Okay? Lamorn data logs. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So let's look at the map. Let's see where we are. All right. So what do we know here? We know that we cannot go through here until we restore the power. So forget about this. So what do we gotta go? We gotta go over here. Right? Here. Right here. And continue down to the power station. This will take us down to the power station. And I think once we get to the generator, most likely there's going to be a boss. You know, they're not going to let us just turn on the generator without a boss. And I think there might be a save point here, so let's see if there's one. So let's continue. Again, remember I talked about why you need to be familiar with the map. It's very important that you're familiar with the map. Remember those three rules that I have made for Metroid. Get familiar with the map. Understand the map. And be familiar with the map. So that way you don't end up in some sort of a maze. Labyrinth. Number 2. Scan everything. Double scan everything. And number 3. Yeah, there's going to be bosses, very tough bosses that you have to fight, but that's okay. They're not impossible to defeat. Yes, they're very difficult for a reason, but they're not impossible to defeat. Just study your boss, the opponent that you have to defeat, and try to figure out the way to surpass it. To suppress it, I'm sorry. Surpass it, meaning try to be better than what it is. If it's better, you try to be better than what it is. Try to surpass it. That's the word. Surpass it. Whatever that it is. Even though it's highly intelligent, it's better. Your job is to surpass it with whatever abilities you have. Surpassing it meaning outsmarting it. Just like Arnold did with the mud. Yeah, the Predator was a very sophisticated hunter. But how did Arnold defeat the Predator? He figured out the way. He found the weakness. The mud cannot see me. I use the mud. It cannot see me. So, so think. Think of this like an educational Metroid. Metroid 101 educational video. And it's ironic and it's funny. People are shaking their heads. I can't believe this is the same guy. He looks like Reborn. 7 days ago, I was trashing this game. I was, making fun of it. But now, I'm not. Because I understand it. Alright, so let's continue. So what do we see here? There's ice. Well, let's break it. Let's move on. That's it. And here we go. I think this is where the generator might be. No, generator is right here. I think this is where we'll probably have a save station. See, it even tells you save station. So what you want to do is when you get up here, save the game. And I have a feeling when you get here, there's going to be a boss. You're going to be fighting some boss. Why? Because that's just part of the Metroid. So once you understand the concept of Metroid formula, you know that you have to be prepared for fighting a boss here. But that's okay. You can save your game here and continue on from the save point here. It's not the end of the world, and then fight the boss again and again and again till you figure out how to surpass that boss. I hope you guys are taking notes, and when you're watching this video and other videos that I have done, and even some of the live streams that I have done, I hope you realize why I like Metroid. And not only that, I hope that these videos shows you what this game is versus what you were expecting it to be. That's very important. There's two different things. What something is versus what you expect it to be. You can't expect something to be what it's not. So this goes back to doing your own research about the game. But the best research you can do, it's by being able to play it. And I'm so grateful that I was given this copy of the game for free. Because if I wasn't given this copy of this game for free by my friend KJNBA25, I still would be that same douchebag, making fun of this game and trashing it. But now I'm not doing that because I have realized, wow, I have also learned a very valuable lesson. You have to play the game for a long time before you can understand what it's about. And I think that's true for every game. Even the Elden Ring, So what we got to do here? Well, remember, we need to save the game first. This is the save point. We need to go through here. So how do we go through here? Well, simple. That's how. Come up here. Save the game. And that's it. We're good. Now, I'm not going to continue any further because this video, it's already 37 minutes. Okay? But this 37-minute video will give you a much better idea on how to play this game. So, I saved the game, and guess what? I have all of my weapons restored, energy restored, health restored. Now I know what I got to do here. I have to continue this way to the power generator. And then I'm sure there will be a boss here because that's why there's a save station there. And then after we defeat the boss, then we got to go down to the quarantine. And in the quarantine, there's going to be a teleporter key detected. And I'm sure there's going to be a boss here as well. There's going to be a very difficult boss. And it's not going to be easy. But I'm sure there's going to be a save station here. I'm pretty sure. I already see that there's most likely a save station here. And here. But most likely here, I can see a save station. So when you get to quarantine, there's going to be a save station. And then you're going to have to go all the way up here to fight the boss. And then when you finish the boss, you're going to get the key. And once you get the teleporter key detected, then you move on to the next objective. Right. So I hope that all of these Metroid Prime videos help you understand what Metroid Prime 4 Beyond it's all about. Okay? And I know it's kind of ironic that you're learning it from me. 7 days ago I was trashing this game, and now I'm like a professor educating everybody on what the Metroid is all about, right? So anyway, I hope these videos are very informative to help you out, figure out whether or not if this is for you or not for you. And listen, there's nothing wrong with the fact if you don't like these types of games. It's not for everyone. I never said Metroid is for everyone. And this video is not me trying to sell you this game. This video, it's simply me explaining to you and teaching you what Metroid is. Whether or not it's for you or not for you, that's for you to decide. Okay, but if you're interested in Metroid, this video will help you. And other videos that I have made will help you understand what Metroid it's all about. Okay, thank you for watching. And sorry for the long video, but this is the only way I can make these videos. I can't make a short 5-minute, 10-minute video. I know people like these short videos. I have to make these videos long so that way you have a better understanding on how to play this game. That's the whole point of these videos being so long. So you can have a better perspective of how to play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Thank you for watching. My name is Mr. 4K, or as some of you may know me as Mr. Nintendo, or John Wick Returns. Many names, many different hats. Okay. All right. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and happy holidays. Happy holidays.